been a while since I've been able to do that, mate. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that, aye.
You press record. Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'd say how serious I went there. Welcome back to the Albert Smiling Faces podcast. Question and answer. Well, I've had this for a while. Deka.
We're won you now.
Empty pint. We're won you now. We're won you now again. We're coming. Your tagline, this, mate.
I know. It's good though, isn't it? It's cool.
It is. It's good.
I want to say it every week.
Yeah,
because it's a good thing.
You think people will never get bored of it? Because I don't think they will.
No, never. No, never ever. So what's this question and answers? Yeah.
So we're back with question and answers.
Cool. Nice.
Alright, it's nice, mate.
Okay, cool.
I haven't got the card deck. I was chauffeuring us tonight.
Yeah, I was nice enough to pick them up. Yeah.
Someone just told us that you didn't have to spend over a £5 to get pints. Pay on your card. So I've ended up with 2 pints. So.
I'm driving, so I've had 2, and that's me done.
Shit,
so.
you're well the limit.
Am I over the limit? No?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
What many uses in a pint, like?
You slurred that one out as well, didn't I? I think you know 1 pint these days.
Are you?
Yeah.
Great, you get some food in.
So, first question. It's not sent to us, but we're reading this one anyway. Randall sends in. Can you imagine? I've just said he didn't send it to us, and then I said he sent it in, but he didn't. He just put this on Twitter.
That's really weird.
Right?
Okay, right.
So Randall put on Twitter. Can you imagine Spurs' first game at their new stadium is against us, and Manquillo is the first person to ever score there? Amazing.
That's a weird.
Shirts off.
That's a weird thought.
Tits out.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
You recorded Manquillo's song before we started recording this, didn't you?
But the acoustic was out of tune, so it wasn't.
So he's got his excuses in already. So what's going to happen?
It's not going to happen.
We're just going to go quiet for a second. Hopefully, Edda will put this picture of Manquillo in front of us, so the full screen needs to go in front of it now.
Well, you could have
couldn't click now, and here's Deka's song.
Knock, knock, knocking on Rafa's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Rafa's door. I feel like knocking on Rafa's door. Knock, knock, knocking on his door. Powerful. We've got Rafa. Parents is shit. Well, best player's not our own. He's on loan. We've got Yasalu. We've got Yasalu. He's fucking great. We've got Yasalu. We've got Manquillo. We've got Manquillo. We've got Manquillo. It's gonna be alright. We've got Manquillo. Well, you could have at least allowed us to have an in-tune guitar.
No. So this is Deka's best guitar. He brought it from home. He didn't find it upstairs in the pub, in the cleaner's cabinet. He's brought this from home. He paid a lot of money for this guitar. Yeah, £4,000 if I remember right. But that's
one in my house.
That's just Fernandez texting us.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Fernandez messaged us just before we started recording this. Said I was lush.
Unreal.
Said
no, he didn't say that at all.
Said Chris was struggling with centre backs at the minute. He's going to come along. So yeah, next question. This one actually got sent in. This one's from Emil. Emil, who's involved with the channel. Yes. So go and watch his videos.
Definitely, yeah.
He's very handsome, Emil.
He is.
He's got a full head of hair, hasn't he? He's got lush hair.
He has, yeah. I got a lift for them the other day. Well, it was actually a couple of weeks ago. And he went, oh, you're right. No, I didn't recognise him at first. And I was like, oh, you're right. His hair was amazing.
He's got amazing hair, like.
He has.
So the channel probably did need more hair. Because it was only me, you and Mark. So that's like...
I've got a bit.
2/3 of the channel was bald.
Yeah.
So we brought in Aaron. We brought in Emil, who've got great hair.
Yeah.
You've got lovely hair.
I have got good hair, haven't I?
You've got good hair.
Yeah. Well, I have now. I didn't used to. I used to shave it off, you know, because I couldn't be bothered. But I decided to get my parting back and start being a Spice
Deka
Girl
also
again.
used to copy out what David Beckham.
Yeah, I did, yes. I did.
So, here's another picture of Deka.
No, that's true, I did, yeah. Whatever, yeah, that's right, I have, yeah.
And if you didn't like that picture of Deka, here's another picture of Deka. Oh, look how many pictures we're going to have with you here. I'm on Facebook straight after this.
Good.
Do it now so he doesn't have a chance to delete these photos.
No.
Right? So, Emil sends in, Kabai, Janola, Shag, Marry, Avoid.
Avoid Kabai.
You really don't like Kabai, do you?
No, he went on strike, man. I can't understand why people have any time for him, like.
So,
honestly, I can't.
I'm going to say you're going to shag Janola.
Yes.
And marry Shea.
Yes. Definitely, yeah.
I'd agree. So, Daryl Mitchell-Hill sends in. Daryl was with us.
He was, yes.
The other day. He came along to watch the interview with Lee Clark. If you haven't watched that interview yet, just go and have a look at the previous videos. It was great.
It was really good, yeah.
And then he said he would take about an hour. He's having about 2.5 hours in total.
You know what it is? He didn't even never complain on that.
No, he didn't.
Like, just
I was saying that it took him half an hour of that to park his car.
Yeah, that was funny. Like, right.
So Daryl sends in.
Doesn't get about curbs, does he?
Have Adam Wallace and Mark Walker thawed out from the game yet? Think our win was partly down to me standing with yous for the second half. First half was shit. Love singing the tune Christmas songs. Last Christmas, Jingle Bells. So Mark, what do you think of that?
Adam? Well, he's had
Just looks like it's me and you, mate.
I know it's just me and you. Adam's actually had a garlic bread special before tonight.
Yeah,
like,
so
what a man.
People might not know what a garlic bread special is. We might have to explain what a garlic bread special is.
So a garlic bread, preferably with cheese, but generally they don't come with cheese.
Cheesy garlic bread special. I'd go for the cheesy one.
But you tend to never get a cheesy one. You get one of these, so you get a garlic bread.
It's flat. It's pretty flat, isn't it?
Oh, it's flat. And then you get kebab meat on top of that.
Lots of kebab meat.
Then you get chips on top of that. And then you get garlic.
Or salad. You get a choice.
Chips.
But if you get salad, you're probably a nonce.
Yeah, you're probably a vegan or something. And then on top of that you get garlic sauce.
Vegan. Alongside kebab meat.
Well, the partner might have the kebab meat, they will have the salad. And it's amazing. See,
it's the best.
No, it's not, because the best is kebab pizza, because you've got the kebab under the cheese. Unbelievable scenes.
The best is a garlic bread special.
I'm going to get one after this.
But if you get one, you're probably shitting through that needle for about 4 hours after you've had it.
Nah, I'm 3 in a day before, it's fine.
So, Daryl, sorry, no one's answering your question. Mark
so it looked really cold by the pictures.
Yeah.
I was surprised Perez managed to play in that.
And play well.
Play well as well. Mark is still suffering from the cold. That's why he's not here. So
he's out catching Pokemon. So Mark isn't here tonight. He couldn't join us. He's at a Pokemon convention. He had too many Pikachus. He had to sell some of them.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he had to replace them with Bulbasaurs.
Good shout.
So, Ryan sends in. With Key going to the Asia Cup, we'll add Mutu to that, because that's just been announced not long ago.
Terrible, that.
Shelby injured, Hayden not interested, and Diome chasing shadows. Is a central midfield another area to strengthen for the second half of the season? So I think that's harsh on Diome to start with.
Yes,
I don't think Diome is chasing shadows. He didn't have the best game at the weekend against Huddersfield, but he's not chasing shadows.
No, he's fine.
He's been alright this season.
He has.
There's rumours of him having a contract extension. So he's only got 6 months left on his contract. Give him another 2 year.
Aye, yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah, you agree?
I've got no issues with it. No.
So it obviously says Key's going away, which is a shock, because as far as I was concerned, he had retired from international football.
He could miss 8 games, is it?
8 games. It's like you don't see him until February, isn't it?
That's shit.
And that's 2 players. 2 players that you've only just bought in 6 months ago.
Absolute shit. It's
similar back at the time when we had the likes of Tio, Sisi and Bar going away.
That's right.
From the African Cup of Nations.
It's really hard because we haven't got many options there. Now, having said all of that, is it in the back of Rafa's mind, or the staff's mind, that Shelby's, I know he's saying he's injured, but is he really injured? Are they thinking, do you know what it is? We're going to need you.
Yeah.
Let's just stay at home and make sure you're 100%. Because why you can't be risking the likes of Shelby if Key can't.
And Hayden, to be fair, Hayden wasn't interested, but he came on against Huddersfield and he was all right.
Yeah, but maybe he was, but the downside you've got no ball player.
Yeah.
You've got Hayden who just hits people. Yeah. Like he's just a defensive minded player, isn't he?
Other than that, you're looking at the likes of Longstaff.
Come on, matey. So you need Shelby back on that pitch.
But then,
mate, what do you think Shelby's attitude? Not attitude, but like, what do you think? What do you think Shelby's thinking now? You kind of get in the team, man. Even if he was fit, he wouldn't get in the team.
You would hope he was behind the scenes grafting his arse off. But you never know, do you? Like
that's
You would hope so, but what you're trying to say here is our main options that we're looking at the transfer market would have been striker number 10, and probably I would say a winger.
It's definitely not a winger.
Left back.
In fairness, it's not, is it?
Left back.
No.
So you just think a striker number 10 were the only two which we need to hold down and definitely bring players in? Because centre midfield, I don't think we were that desperate with the Key, Diarmi and Shelby there. With Key going away, then you've only got two players there.
That's true, but then I think signing a player, if you sign someone on a 5-year deal, what's the point?
It's going to be a loan, isn't it?
Yeah, he wants them, but we can't loan anyone, because we're limited on loans.
Oh,
I'm sure we Rondon and Kennedy, that's for two domestics.
Surely you allow more than that from different places. Is that not just English?
Oh, I don't know.
From other clubs, I think you're allowed two from other Premier League teams. I think you're allowed to loan as many as you want.
Yeah, you're only really, with that attitude in mind, you're only really interested in someone for a short period of time, aren't you? Which, to be fair, I personally believe if Key does go, when Key goes away, then Shelby will just replace him, and he'll have Hayden as backup. I think that's what it'll be.
Yeah,
and Shelby, I need to be really clear here. Shelby can do what Key's been doing.
He can.
Oh my God, can he?
It's been a while since he's done it though.
Yes, but maybe being out of the team, seeing how I've been performing, and maybe analysing, because apparently they watch all the games back over, and go, actually, do you know what it is?
So do you think it'll be the point where if Shelby's brought, which he will be, Shelby brought back and say, do what Key's been doing?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. Because what I don't want to see Diarmi with the ball. And I don't mean that awfully, but he's not good on the ball, is he? He's not.
What you want Diarmi nicking the ball, passing it.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
You need him to be the boss of midfield, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when he gets the ball, things start going wrong. Against Huddersfield, his touch was bad, his control was bad.
It was a poor game for him.
And that's fine. Yeah. I don't really mind that with Diarmi, because I'm not expecting him to ignite the world when he gets the ball at his feet. Yeah. What I do want him to do is just be smashing people for 90 minutes.
I agree. NUFC, Chris sends in, do you think it could be one of the lowest points tallies to stay up this season, considering we're almost halfway through the season and the bottom three are on 12 points or less? This seems to be happening every season, doesn't it? It drops and drops.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it is really weird. It's really weird, because I think Fulham had started really well, I felt. And next thing you know,
actually
they've got no points. It's just weird, isn't it? And I agree with the question completely. It seems to be year after year, the standard, you could probably say, must be dropping. It must be dropping because they're just not getting points.
Do you think the standard's dropping, or that teams are progressing? Do you think the bottom half of the table is just staying steady?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the top people are getting that much better.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Bournemouth and that; them have been on a terrible run. Bournemouth, you know what I mean? And they're what you would say. I would personally say steady team.
Yeah.
You know, I think they've lost 6 out of 7 or something ridiculous. But I think it will be the lowest ever for a team to steal.
See with Southampton. Southampton did well for so long to sell the best players and stay within that Premier League, but now they're dropping and struggling.
Unfortunately, they haven't got the best result imaginable at the weekend. But because they've got a new manager, and this guy, the manager they've got,
Deka Bounce.
He's really good. Him, Deka Bounce. Yeah, he's really good. He's like the Klopp. He's high pressure, high energy. But I have a feeling it'll not work for them
long term.
Just due to not having a pre-season.
Daryl Thompson sends in, same shit, different year. I think he's referring to the takeover.
Oh, I thought he meant the performance. Well, what's your thoughts on it then?
So my thoughts on it...
We haven't really covered it that well, have we?
We haven't touched on it, no. I think the reason we haven't touched on it because it's all hearsay at the moment. It's...
Was that a band? They were girl group then, weren't they? Hearsay?
Hearsay, no, they were like the mixed one that the first winners of Pop World.
Hearsay. Yeah, that's right.
Or Pop Idol or whatever the hell it was to start with. So, yeah.
Sorry,
so... I think it's all hearsay. I think the difference between this time around and Stevie, I was confident last year. Were you confident?
Oh, unbelievably.
So I think it was a whole George Corgan thing.
We had her in the frame.
Yeah, we did have her in the frame.
Yeah.
The difference this year is last year was played out in the media a lot. This year it hasn't been. So there's no one coming out and saying it's not happening, but there's no one coming out and saying it's 100% happening. But there's a lot of things in there to make you believe that it's a lot more advanced than what we believe it is right now.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something agreed within the media to say that they physically can't, that they're not allowed to put it out into public domain. How far this is on.
Well, Ashley did.
Ashley was the one, which makes you think, and backtrack and thinking, why did he do that?
What I would say though, in fairness here, I don't know how long ago it was, but when the news broke that Peter Kenyon, I think it was a home game, wasn't it? Months ago. That got brought that Peter Kenyon was involved or interested.
Yeah.
Obviously his name's then come up again. Obviously now.
Yeah.
I know, categorically know that. I absolutely know that lawyers and people who have been in that club who have been hired. I know this for a fact. That have been in the club for about 4 or 5 days.
What do you at?
You know what, sorry?
What's your Twitter handle?
He'll put it up. I'm not going to say it.
Just in case people want, people will probably blame me.
Just abuse it. It's me. It's Deka. Deka D7. I think
no, I've heard that too as well from a different source, which I know who you were talking about.
I know
a different source.
100% that.
So apparently last Tuesday or Wednesday night, they were there until midnight.
Yes.
And that was Charlie and representatives from Kenyon's side.
Yes.
And it was till midnight. They were there.
100%. Yeah.
And this is the first time me and you spoke about it.
Actually, yeah.
It's quite two separate things.
Yeah. Because one of them I know who works at the club and I know him very well, and he told me categorically.
You're not supposed to say that, man.
That's all right. He's fine. I'm not gonna say who he is, but he said that. So now that doesn't mean that's going to happen. That I need to get that out there. I don't think that means 100% it's going to happen. But going back to what you're saying is, I am 100% on the fence of, my God, something is happening.
Yeah.
Now, my only issue is the main guy, is Ashley. So. Yeah.
He can pull that plug whenever he wants.
Yeah, and that's what worries us, is that, they go through all of this scenario, lawyers in the club looking through the books, making sure everything's fine. He wants 300 million, for example, gives him 300 million, then he goes, well, actually.
So the rumours are
like
that Kenyon won't even match the 300 million.
No,
you're saying 275, which it could be the case for the sake of 25 million. It could, and this moment in time, Ashley is desperate for this money. Because the high street is plummeting,
I think,
and his shares are plummeting. He needs this money. He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it, but my God, what a lump of capital just to land at your front door overnight.
He's got a sinking ship in the likes of Sports Direct and the high street, and the shares going down. So he needs to get that money.
Did you watch his thing on with the MPs and all that? Did you watch any of that?
I tend not to watch anything which he's involved in, mate, because he annoys us.
I thought he was really funny.
He's got like a smug face and like.
I get wrong for saying that, probably.
But he is. It's because he's so common, and that's what it is.
Yeah, he is very common. He is.
And you don't imagine him being as successful as what he is.
I agree.
Because you remember that twat that won the lottery and he spunked all his money on that.
Yeah, I've just seen it there before. Yeah.
So Ashley's like similar to him.
Yeah,
but in the business world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's hiding about like throwing up and fire. Imagine a night out with Ashley. I bet it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I reckon he's mint. I know some
you
people
wouldn't spend a fucking penny.
I know some people that I've worked for him, and he was. I remember the night, man, in Blue Bamboo when he come in.
He bought everyone a drink, didn't he?
And he brought the whole bar. Yeah. I think. Well, I'm not going to go into it. What's the point? There's no point in going into it. There's no point because you just get hammered for it. So I'll just change the subject.
Yeah. So he's probably a decent bloke out on the piss.
I think he is.
He's not a decent bloke to own your football.
That's all it is. As an owner of a football club, he's absolute horror. Like, he's the worst you could imagine.
Yeah.
But I actually genuinely believe that he's probably a bit of a laugh. He'll go out and get his top off and fucking pour pints over his head or something.
He'd be like an embarrassing uncle, wouldn't he?
Aye, yeah. And you can tell that way when he was with the MPs. The things he was saying were actually spot on, to be fair. A lot of it were. And he's speaking to people as if he's down the pub.
Yeah.
He was literally talking.
It's like this podcast, mate.
A little bit,
which is called the Ashley.
But going back to all of it though, sorry, the main point is I'm worried that he's just going to pull that plug in regards to maybe ask for more. So it gets so close, and then he goes, well, actually, I want this.
What happened to the Premier League will think announcing another deal with another company who's going to get the TV rights. There's another 100 million.
Exactly, and then that pig's going to, whatever he's going to do. So
it's a good word.
It does worry us. It's not, and again, the timing was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just before window. That doesn't help the situation either.
So Neil sends in. He sends in. With no key coming January and possibly an injured Shelby, who would you play in midfield? We're back to the previous question. So you've only got your left with Hayden.
Yeah, it's
in
bad.
Longstaff.
It's bad. I'm telling you, it's bad as it gets.
Yeah,
as bad as it gets. Because where on earth is your creativity there?
You've got no one else out you can physically shoehorn in that position either, have you?
No, nothing I can think of. Like, no. You couldn't even. We're blessed with centre halves, but you couldn't even use one of them as a defensive.
We'll just have to play like 6 at the back and just not have wingers.
Yeah. All the best, Ron, lad. All the best, big lad.
So Dale sends in another takeover question. When this takeover ends up being another Ashley not spending game, how fucked are we on a scale of 1 to Netflix on a scale of 1 to Netflix relegation documentary? Do you know what it is?
No, we'll steal.
I think it's going. I think the takeover is going through. I'm that positive about it, and I don't want to be because I was positive last year.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'll never be positive again. You know.
I know that's the problem because we've had it drained out with so much.
Yeah.
We're not even allowed to be positive anymore because we think he's just a dick and he's gonna like just shut our hopes as quick as we've got them up. And he's done it before, and he'll do it again. But I do think it's gonna happen.
I think it is. 100%. Now,
but like Mark on the other hand, is completely dead against it. It's not happening.
My mate will be Ashfaq. Love you, mate. He'll be watching this, right? My mate Ashfaq, and he.
Who?
Ashfaq. He's called. Love you, lad.
Ashfaq.
He's class. Ash was his nickname. Every time at work, like where he comes in and he's like, take over, and I mean every time I mention it, he is 100%
not
like,
happening.
It's no way. Like honestly, like no way.
That's what Mark's like.
And Mark's like that as well, isn't he? And but the thing is, I don't have a go at any of that because I can totally understand.
It's easier to not get your hopes up.
It's not for me though. It's not. It's hot. It's harder for.
It's easier for when the doom does.
It's easier for me because I'm so involved and I'm like, God, it's going to happen, and I can't help but get excited. I can't help it. And is that just being naive? Maybe it is a little bit. But
do you know what? Really, if Peter Kenyon's people did contact a certain Newcastle fan in regards to a takeover, that's fucking embarrassing. I agree with getting people on board. Do some research first, but we'll move on from that.
Okay. I'm not getting involved on that one.
So Neil also sends in. It's another question about Netflix, to be honest.
Oh, nice.
What did you make of Netflix's newest football documentary?
I've never watched it.
You not watched it?
No.
Will you not watch it?
Probably not, no.
So I only watched it because I've watched all of the All or Nothing things from the NFL to
City,
to the New Zealand rugby team, the All Blacks, to City. So I thought, I'll watch this one. It's great watching it from an outsider point of view, in hindsight. Because as a Newcastle fan, that's fucking hilarious, some of the things you'll watch on there. Because every single episode, they say the turn in the corner.
Oh, God.
That corner doesn't turn. That's a straight road.
Aye.
And we're watching it, and Gibson's on it, and Darren Gibson's mentioned, saying, blah, 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 the club needs to advance. And the video of where he's pissed in a pub in Seaburn, or wherever he is.
Is that on there?
Aye, so that's on there, that gets shown, and he gets interviewed afterwards, and he's saying, it was wrong on my part, I shouldn't have been there, blah, blah, blah. I'm not up to the point yet where he's drink driving, he smashes into a car in full will.
Yeah, that happens.
But that's coming soon. I'm watching that in hindsight. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it might be. I mean,
and Chris Coleman's in, and he's the fucking greatest thing. He's the best thing since sliced bread. He's great. This club's going to go on now. We've got such a high caliber manager in here. He's fantastic. Blah 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 blah. And that's what I'm like. I'm sat there, just watching again. Just going, I know what's coming.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
And it's absolutely fantastic.
No, I'll give you that. I don't know.
As an outsider, if you've got no links to the northeast,
yeah.
Let's say if you're a fan living in London or Birmingham or anywhere over Manchester, you'll probably watch that with interest just to see the behind the scene footage of a football club.
I mean, me mate, he's a Macam, and he texted us and said he enjoys to see what it's like behind the scenes. Yeah. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I just think I've got any real interest. I don't know what it is.
Watch it, because the first episode you'll sit there going.
Yeah, I think it's embarrassing, isn't it? But they are embarrassing.
I don't want to go on too much about the first episode. It's a pre-season game. They've got Celtic at home. Sunderland fans outside the ground. We'll win 2-3-0 Celtic, right? 2-3-0. They get battered 5-0. 5-0. Yeah. Then Celtic obviously can't smash the city centre up after that. The Celtic fans.
I didn't know.
It's hell on. But it's pre-season next game.
God, I hate both them.
It's on. We'll challenge for promotion. We'll challenge for automatic promotion, at least the playoffs. And every single episode, it's loss, Loss. I'm thinking Amiobi scores a winner, so Sammy Amiobi scores a winner on one of them. Amazing. But like you're sitting watching, like I say, in hindsight, and you can't. I know the outcome of this.
Yeah.
Like I know the spoiler.
You've read the script, haven't you? Do you know remember that video that came out? That clip that keeps going around. You've got them two horrible people, and they're like going. It's
losing the Premier League.
Aye, and you've got that horrible smug bloke towards the end of the video, and he says, "Well, if we were playing, I don't know, Burton, we'd be top of the league." And is he in that?
I don't know. I'm only 4 episodes in, I think. Oh, okay. I'm only 4 episodes. Westy's in it.
Who's Westy?
Westy, like the one that his wife's obviously left him. Well, I'm assuming he's just stepping with him.
Oh, is it him that always wears that yellow?
Yes.
Oh,
that's what, like all I had to say. His wife's left me. You know who he is. So he's always in his kitchen doing the singing chant. He's on it. At one point, he's not talking.
Do you know
the camera catches him. And he goes, "They've lost a game. I can't remember what game. He loses a game, and he goes, jog on."
Oh, he's the worst. But every fan's got Bellins, and he's the biggest. Like
he is the biggest.
He is the biggest. Like.
He is. Right. So
he's a nonce. I think he is. Like I do. I'm not taking him back.
Allegedly. I'll put allegedly in there. Yeah. So can you just say allegedly?
No, I'm not. I think he is.
Just say allegedly, so we don't get a lawsuit.
Allegedly.
Right, we'll end it on this one. So Arun sends in. We haven't heard from Arun for a while.
Aye. Hey, he shares some dirty stuff, him, didn't he?
He's absolute filth. Like when I'm on the metro.
Hey, he does.
And he's like retweeted something, and I'm like,
makes my
phone's off. And go, off.
Aye.
But then I'll watch it when I get home.
Yeah, I do as well.
So he sent in. Would you take Mourinho if Rafa left?
No. Well, I'll continue the question. Sorry.
No, there's another question. So answer that one.
No, I probably wouldn't. No.
Would not?
No, I can't stand the bloke, to be honest.
Jose Mourinho was managing Newcastle United at some point.
What?
Yes, I can't say it.
No.
I can't say
what?
it.
Look at these nods here, man. No way. Absolutely no way. No way.
I can't say it in the future.
Imagine how negative would be then. We're negative now.
He will.
Crikey.
So he also says Almiron. Is that what he's called? The kid from the MLS.
Oh, I thought that was a food or something.
Food on your brain. I think the next question's food. So Almiron might not be enough with our Asian departures. Who could we realistically bring in from other clubs this league or otherwise? So it's one of those questions where we've always answered them thinking we don't know because
I'll be honest.
I'm not a scout. I don't know. I don't know what the budget is. I don't know who we can attract. I don't know what our wage structure is like. I don't even know who we're fucking owners going to be.
No, it's all good comments. I don't know. I mean, it's funny, and they wouldn't do it, but earlier on in the season, I was thinking maybe we could pinch one of the Southampton strikers because they've got 4 of them, but they're never going to give it to a rival. I mean, they've got Austin Long and Gabbiadini and Ings.
And I don't think I'd take any of them now.
No,
the season I probably would.
I probably wouldn't. My biggest honest worry is if something happens to Rondon.
Yeah.
You're left with one person, and I think that's a worry.
So we'll end it on this question. So also Deka, he mentions, he says he's turned to the dark side.
Has he?
He has tomato sauce on everything now.
You see.
So that's 2 years. You're getting there. You've doubled in size.
I haven't doubled in size. You know, tip of dieting, right? What I've noticed when I put a bit of weight on, just to have chewing gum. That's what you gotta do.
As a dinner?
No, in between every meal. So if you've had something, just have chewing gum immediately and just chew your life away.
And that loses your weight?
Yep. It tricks your body into metabolism.
Fucking Joe Wicks out here.
Honestly, it does. Hey, it worked for me, like. Honestly, it does. But well done, mate, for the tomato sauce. Fantastic. It is amazing. Put it on Chinese, it's unreal.
Don't put it on Chinese.
It's unreal. Honestly,
don't put it on Chinese.
The only disappointing part is when you've hit the top part of your Chinese, the bottom has none left.
Can you not like pour it on?
You should go back
then mix it.
You could do, yeah, but I'm very articulate when we designs in my Chinese, you know.
Alright, do you know how you said Westy was allegedly a nonce?
I am not a nonce.
That's a bit noncy for doing that.
Nah, not really.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Cheers, thank
Subscribe to the channel.
Well, when you know, get